Romans in the New Testament. You said let's go back to the New Testament. In the New Testament, it said he loves us and hates you.
Romans 8:1.
It's going to say that he loves you. Saw in Romans 8:1. What do you want from Romans 8:1?
Romans 8:1.
All right, well, let's see what it says. Since he just drawing out the hat. Why not?
This is Romans chapter 8 and verse 1. Therefore, there is therefore now no condemnation to them which are in Jesus Christ, who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit. For the law of the Spirit of life is Christ Jesus, hath made me free from the law of sin and death.
There we go. So we're not going to be condemned because we walk in the Spirit of Christ. You don't.
Love.
You love Christ?
Is my Savior.
Do you love Christ? What did he save you from?
Get on your knees. Get on your knees right now. On your knees.
All right, you know what?
And tell him thank you.
I love my Lord Christ.
Do you love his people?
Now.
Do you love his people?
Stay down. Don't
Get up.
Don't come close.
Do you
Right
love,
here.
do you love his people?
Right here.
Give it up. Give it up
right
to
here.
him. Tell him. Get down. Get back down.
Yeah, get back
Mom.
down, man.
Get
We didn't
back
tell you
down.
to get up yet.
Fuck
I'll get down
We
with you.
didn't tell you
Come
to
on.
get back
Come
up
on.
yet.
Y'all
Crazy.
out here preaching hate.
Who's preaching
Who's
hate?
preaching hate?
Who's preaching hate? Did we come out here and stop you? Did we come out here to talk to you? Did we come out here to talk to you? No, we came out here to talk to our people. We came out here to spread love to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. The same people your people been hating for the last half a millennium. The same people your people done enslaved for the last half a millennium. The same people your people done raped, robbed, and murdered for half a goddamn millennium. Yo, get the fuck out of my face. Don't get in my face. Don't get in my face. Don't get in my face.
Motherfucker.
Hey, you trying to die tonight? You trying to die tonight?
Yeah.
What's up?
Come on.
What's up?
Shoot me, motherfucker.
Hey,
Come on. Shoot me. Shoot me.
Hey.
Yes. Just a little bit. Just a little. I'm okay, but definitely for a body.
Come on. I said, don't let your mama fool ya. Don't let them change your mind. We say, brothers and sisters, we say, don't let a Christian fool you, because we are not Christians. The black man is not a Christian. He is the Israelite. That's right. Who are we? Israelites. Who are we? Israelites. Who's the king? Christ. Who's the king? Christ. That. Israel. Who's the king? Christ. Who's the king? Christ.
All right, Shalom. All praise to the Most High Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopefully elect. And this short lesson is going to be entitled Hebrew Israelites. Many of you have attention deficit disorder. Okay? And just real quick, I want to mention, you saw the two clips from the Sakari and Phoenix. First one was Sakari and Phoenix pulling out, basically reaching for the heat that they was packing at camp, right, to get rid of the likes of some drunken Edomite. And then you see IUIC, the opportunists that they are, marching down the street, right, marching down the street behind the Masons, somewhere at a rally. And then you also have what's these guys here? These guys right here. One body in Yahushua at the Dallas protest. And it's just something about wanting to garner attention and be out, you know, being seen. Teaching the word is not enough for Jake. Simply teaching the word is not enough for Jake, speaking when it comes to these rallies. And it's also reported, and I've seen, Sakari is also either at Minneapolis, they're somewhere. They somewhere getting in it. And Jake just got to be in the middle of the drama. Always. That's why I say a lot of you Jakes, man, you got attention deficit disorder. And I don't give a shit if you get mad. You can say, why y'all coming against your brothers? You really got no reason to be out there, man. I mean, bottom line, if you're going to teach the gospel, post up and teach the word. But really, just teaching the word is not enough. You feel like you're going to find some fruit out there among the 2/3 ripping and running at riots? It's just a bad look. Now, this picture says black Hebrew Israelites in full uniform at Dallas protest. Looting just started. All right, and you see it. You see it. And I also mentioned it in the other video. You see, and you also had IUIC, which we played the clip in the beginning. Here they are, marching in the streets. They love doing that. This is for attention. See, and really it's the same group, because you can see that Masonic regalia from the first guys in the front, and it's other ones that also have it on. It's no point for this. What is that all about? Looking like military, being out there among the 2/3, and it's just a bad look, man. It's just a bad look. In any event, going back dealing with the Sakari, and you know what, and really with dealing with all of this, I'm going to read Romans 10:1. It says, brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to the Most High for Israel is that they might be saved. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of the Most High, but not according to knowledge. And when you go out there and going back to Sakari Phoenix, and let's make sure we mention it in the right perspective, because in the state of Arizona, which I used to live in Phoenix, and this is Sakari Phoenix, in the state of Arizona in which I used to live, it is lawful to carry a firearm openly. Okay, they have an open carry law in Phoenix. So let's be fair on that. Now, at the same time, why would your whole camp, everybody in the camp, even in the state that you can open carry, why would you have a pistol on your hip at camp? When you're going to get the gospel blamed, and we'll read that scripture. And furthermore, this guy was clearly drunk. And the video is about 6 minutes long, which I only played a small portion of it. But when you watch the video, the guy was cussing him out walking by, and they called him back over there to try to cut him with the scriptures. That's what it was all about. But then the guy says in the video, we ain't out here to teach you. But why did you call him over there? And you was going off in doctrine because you said when we keep the commandments, then we go to the kingdom of heaven. And that's false. You was going off. But Jake is so ready to want to look. Hey, he's right here. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of the Most High, but not according to knowledge. You was going off in doctrine. And verse 3, for they being ignorant of the Most High's righteousness, and going about to establish their own righteousness, have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of the Most High. And that's all you guys, man. These guys right here, not moving wisely, not using wisdom, right? Telling the man to get down. You love that. IUIC in the march, in the midst of, right there with no chaos breaking out. But what if some chaos breaks out while you out there marching? See? That's not wise, man. And they're doing that because they want to show, they're trying to establish their own righteousness. They want you to, people to see that and be like, oh man, they out there among the people, they're not afraid. And all the scriptures told you to do was preach the word. It never told you to get all together and go out in the streets and fucking march. It never told you to assemble all together and go out there like you goddamn Transformers or Power Rangers. And you Jakes do that, man, because you're trying to establish your own righteousness. And I don't give a shit if your followers get mad. I don't give a fuck. So what? Let's look at the word.
Attention deficit disorder.
Attention deficit disorder. Any range of behavioral disorders occurring primarily in children. And in this case, a bunch of badass kids, including such symptoms as poor concentration, hyperactivity, and impulsivity. And when you go and you assemble together, you did that on an impulse. You want attention. You're hyperactive, in my opinion, right? Same thing with these Jakes, and same thing with Sakari. Same thing with Israel United, and then even that. And we could go all day dealing with that. Even with Israel United in so-called Christ, looking like toy soldiers. It's really ridiculous, man. Somebody goes, you hating on your brothers. No, they going off. They going outside of the instructions that was given. All we supposed to do is teach the word. When did the Lord ever do this? When did the Lord and the 12 disciples get in formation and go out into the streets marching? When did the Lord and the disciples ever, right, try to ward off somebody from attacking them with weapons? Other than when Peter cut the ear off of Malchus, and then the Lord told him, put your sword again in its place. Did he not say that? Now, again here, everybody in the camp reached for their gun when this guy, and really, the dude, let's go to it. You gotta be fair, man. Yeah, he's an Edomite. He may be an Edomite. Now you pushed the man first. Look, you pushed him first, then you pushed him. Then you roll up and reaching for your heat. Then he pretended like he got heat, which I don't think the guy had a weapon. But I don't know that. Look at Jake over here. He got his gun out. So is everybody gonna blaze on the guy? Everybody in the camp is reaching for their heat. Why are you doing that? Any one of you guys could have beat the stuffing out of this dude. But you struck first. You pushed him. And see, Jake, you got a way of only seeing things one way. Let's look at it again. You have a way of only seeing things one way, man. Let's turn the volume on.
Yo, get the fuck out of my face. Don't get in my face. Don't get in my face. Don't get in my face.
Motherfucker.
Hey, you trying to die tonight? You trying to die tonight?
Yeah.
What's up?
Come on.
What's up?
Shoot me, motherfucker. Come on.
I mean, it's just ridiculous, man. These things ought to never happen. And but see, Jake, you need attention. You need something to garner praise for yourself. And that's the opposite of what the scriptures want us to do. Do not the scriptures say he must increase, I must decrease? Attention deficit disorder is a neurological disorder that causes a range of behavior problems, such as difficulty attending to instruction. What's the instructions? Preach the gospel. You have a difficulty just doing that? You have to do something to draw attention to yourself. Everybody got heat. This guy got his out. And in Phoenix, it is legal to carry a firearm. It is legal to open carry a firearm. But still, all things are lawful, but all things are not expedient. Why would you do that? You're going about to establish your own righteousness, man. Right? And you may say that we're defending ourselves. And the defense is going to be, and you don't have to defend yourself against me, but I got the right to say something about it if I want to. Problems such as difficulty attending to instruction, focusing on schoolwork, keeping up with assignments, following instructions, completing tasks, and social interaction. And I see a lot of Israelites with that problem. You know, you're supposed to diffuse situations, not make them worse. Like the scriptures say, you're supposed to spit on the spark, not blow it and make it increase. And with all the negative attention that we've been receiving, why would it be a good idea to even put this up? And by the way, I gotta go. The video was entitled Wild West Whitey Slow on the Draw. That's what it's entitled. Matter of fact, I'm actually gonna bring that page up. Show. The title of the video was from Sakari Phoenix, Wild West Whitey, Too Slow on the Draw. And it's just a bad, just not a good thing, man. Not a good look, not a good thing, you know. But it is what it is, and it's got 1,400 views. And somebody like Vocab Malone is just dying to get a hold of this type of footage so that he can paint us all as terrorists, man. You Jakes ain't even thinking about that. And like I was, going into, man, this doggone guy, man. Some of the things that I saw in the video was from the get-go. I mentioned it from the get-go. Let's go back a bit. From the opening of the video, the guy was cussing these brothers out walking by. And look at that. The man wasn't even a threat. You incited it by pushing him. Let's go back. You incited that by pushing the guy, man. You didn't have to push him. See, all he was just getting a little bit aggressive, but he had his hands behind his back. And he never approached you brothers, man. You pushed him, and everybody reaches for their heat, man. And any one of you guys could have easily beat the shit out of that dude. Plus, he was drunk on top of that, man. And like I said, a couple of issues that I had with the video from the beginning was, you guys said you never told the man. He said he was Irish on his mother's side and on his father's side. You never told the man that a lot of the Irish go back to the Israelites. You never told him that. You immediately assumed he was an Edomite. Number one thing that you said from the beginning is after we keep the commandments, then we go back into the kingdom. That's not true. Or that we go into the kingdom. That's not true. We go into the kingdom once the elect is sealed, and then, all the prophecies are fulfilled. It has nothing to do with keeping the commandments. And you can see these guys, man, they're just some carnal young dudes, man. Attention deficit disorder. And let me just say this. I know for 100% that these, the real attention deficit disorder, these brothers don't have that. I'm just saying you need attention so bad. It's like everybody is packing heat. What's this guy come in for? Everybody reach for their weapons, man. That's just bad. It's just bad. All around bad. And I want to show you here if I didn't show this already, because I can't remember. This brother over here. Let's play a little further. This brother over here in the black, he got his weapon out. See? And that's what it's all about, man. Jake just wanted you to love to pop off and show that you're tough, right? You love to garner attention for yourself by marching, by these gimmicks, these different antics, and that's not what the truth is about. All the Lord told us to do was preach the gospel. He didn't say do all these antics and gimmicks, man. He didn't say do all of that. See here? You're fully assembled like you about to go out and do war, man. We're supposed to be better than that. Supposed to be better than that. Let's just read a few more scriptures here and shut it down. Romans 8 verse 5. For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Because the carnal mind is enmity against the Most High, for it is not subject to the law of the Most High, neither indeed can be. So then they that are in the flesh cannot please the Most High. And I would say definitely assembling all together and going out to try to show your power and your force by your numbers, that's of the flesh. You're doing that to establish your own righteousness, man. You want to appear righteous. You want to go out there, yes, we're going to show our people that we care. Well, your people is only supposed to be the elect, the 1/3.
Don't let a Christian fool you, because we are not Christians. The black man is not a Christian.
It's just ridiculous, man. Jake got, and I'm saying in a form, you got attention deficit disorder, man. You fail to follow instructions because all you're supposed to do is just preach the gospel. When in the scriptures did the Lord ever say, assemble yourselves together and go out in a show of force to try to show people that you're deep? As far as numbers, to show people that you're organized. When did the Lord ever say do that, man? And he damn sure never wanted one of his men, while you preaching in the ministry, to go out there and pack heat, man, and really just being bullies. And you was going off in doctrine even. See that? You basically incited that, man. You guys going off. This whole thing was just a fucking bloody mess. It stunk. It stinks and it stunk. And you being enemies of the Most High because you guys are in the flesh, man. This is 2 Corinthians 6:3. And before we read that, let's hit this Romans 10:4. It says this: for though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of the Most High, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Hamashiach, man, and having in readiness to revenge all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled. The weapons of our warfare are not carnal. And that's why we tell Jake constantly that you shouldn't be out there packing heat, man. And you damn sure shouldn't get to a situation where everybody in the camp gonna reach for their weapon, man. You all guys brandish weapons. In the hands of our enemies, This is the wrong type of thing, man. Really, it's wrong for the younger brothers and sisters that's coming up in the faith to even see that. This is 2 Corinthians 6 and verse 1. We then, as workers together with him, beseech you also that ye receive not the grace of the Most High in vain. For he saith, I have heard thee in a time accepted, and in the day of salvation have I succored thee. Behold, now is the accepted time. Behold, now is the day of salvation. Giving no offense in anything, that the ministry be not blamed. And this is an offense. This is ridiculous. This is fleshly. It's carnal. You're trying to come off as tough, right? And then you was going off in doctrine. And it's just a stinking mess. A lot of you Israelites have attention deficit disorder, man. It's just fucking ridiculous. It ought to never be done. But in any event, what can you expect? They're only going to do what their leaders do. Right? Let me see here. And anyway, you're not supposed to be, there's so many things I could say, but I'm not even gonna bother. I'm just gonna read this. This is 1 Thessalonians 5:22. Abstain from all appearance of evil. And when you got 3 guys, 4 or 5 guys, everybody packing heat, all reaching for their weapons against one drunk Edomite, right? Just for shits and giggles, just to appear tough, that is an appearance of evil, man. That's an appearance of evil. It's just off. It's off, man. And then on top of that, dudes are lined up, beard lined up, hair lined up. It's just off. But whatever, man. At the end of the day, you see it. You brothers and sisters out there, wise up. Watch out for these different Israelite groups. We told you, all Israelites are not the same, man. You got a lot of Israelites out there with attention deficit disorder. All praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Shalom.